friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're here. It's been a little bit since I posted on my channel, mostly because we keep getting sick. This winter I think has been horrible with sickness for everyone. We keep getting these little colds that just last forever and give us no energy when we're chasing around a sick 1-year-old as well. So that has been happening, and then I've just been feeling a little bit burnt out lately, so I was kind of trying to get my life back on track. So hopefully I'll be able to vlog a little bit more now. But anyways, I am just kind of feeling the springtime vibes, as you can see by my outfit today. I'm just like, I'm ready for the flowers to bloom, and I'm ready for that like in between cold and warm weather, because I love the cold weather so much and I love being cozy, but I also don't mind like a warmer afternoon where it's, you know, it's just nice to go outside or go take Carter to the playground or, you know, stuff like that. So anyways, with that comes spring cleaning, and I always this time of year am just ready to like go hard and organize the whole house and just get everything done. And so I'm hoping I will have a lot of organization projects coming up to show you. So speaking of that, today I'm going to be organizing our fridge. And earlier this week I did some ingredient prep and meal prep, and so I will insert that into the video, as well as like my meal planning process and like how I decide what meals we're having this week and like what ingredients we're gonna have each week. So I will insert those just in case those are helpful to you to be able to see some meal planning or get some recipe ideas. So I will insert that before the fridge organization. But let's get started. I am so excited to organize our fridge. This has been a project that's been a long time coming, and I'm really hoping that I can get it organized in a way that it will stay organized and be easy to continuously keep it organized. So let's get to work.
Okay, so jumping right in with meal planning for the week, I find recipes in a lot of different places, but my favorite place to store all my recipes and find new ones is on Pinterest. I just love how easy Pinterest makes it to search for exactly what type of meal you're looking for that week. I looked for some slow cooker meals for this week, as well as some specific chicken meals. Once I find a meal, I like to open it in a tab and then go back and find other ones. And then once I have them all opened, I start a grocery list, and I use the Apple Lists feature. And so when I type it in on my computer, it also goes to my phone. So then I use that for grocery shopping. But I like to write out all of what we're going to eat for the week. And then from there, I use the recipes that I've pulled up to add in the specific ingredients that we need for those recipes, as well as any kind of snacks or, you know, other ingredients that we might need for the week. Once I pick up our groceries for the week, I like to try to do some ingredient prep as soon as possible just to make my life easier throughout the week. So I already washed the strawberries, and now I'm going to cut them up and put them in a Tupperware container. A lot of people say that you shouldn't cut your fruit or wash it right away so that it will last longer, but we don't have any trouble with these lasting us like 4 to 5 days after I wash and cut them and put them in the airtight container. And that's really as long as this amount of fruit would last us anyways, so this is just what has worked for us. Once I finished up with the strawberries, I grabbed some hard-boiled eggs that I already had made and put in the fridge. And for some reason, I was having a really hard time peeling these today. I don't know what I was doing, but don't watch me peel them because it's kind of a mess. But anyways, I was making an egg salad for Carter and I. This type of thing is kind of a ingredient prep or meal prep that really doesn't last very long in the fridge. It lasts about 2 days. And we had some for lunch this day, so I was just kind of prepping ahead of time for when Carter woke up from his nap. So I did avocado and eggs, and then some lemon juice, mayo, mustard. I don't really have measurements for this. I just kind of do it to taste, and then I also add salt and pepper. So I went ahead and mixed it all together, and then I made a few sandwiches for that day as well as the next day. The next thing I meal prepped was some French toast. This just makes it so easy to be able to grab something that has protein, but also something that Carter will like to eat in the mornings. I don't know what was going on with this pan. I sprayed it before I did this and it was still sticking really bad, but the French toast came out good, so it doesn't matter. Next, I meal prepped some chicken. I made a little chicken marinade, and then I went ahead and made a smoothie for Carter and I, which we also had with our egg salad sandwiches for lunch that day. And I like to keep these smoothies in the fridge just as an easy way to pull out some fruit for Carter, and I dumped that all over the side. But this one has banana and pineapple and coconut milk, so this was kind of like a pina colada smoothie. I poured some into a cup for Carter to try, and then I put the rest into these little squeezy pouches in the fridge that are easy to pull out for Carter. And here is him trying the smoothie. Okay, time to organize this mess of a fridge. I can't believe that I let it look like this for so long now that I'm looking back after having organized the whole thing. But I am so glad that I tackled this project, and I hope that this inspires you to tackle your fridge as well. I decided to do one shelf at a time because I wanted things to not be sitting out of the fridge for too long. So I pulled everything out from this shelf, and then I washed the actual shelf. I pulled it out to wash it. And then I ended up putting everything back in on the same shelves after everything was clean, just so that then I could go in and organize everything together. So like I said, I just gave it a really good scrub and dried it all off, and then I put everything back where it was. And as I was doing this, I threw away anything that was expired. So you'll see I don't put everything back in the fridge because some of these leftovers were on the verge of being expired, and so I threw them out. I pulled everything out from this drawer as well as the shelf on top at the same time because to remove the drawer, I also had to remove the shelf. So all of that was on the counter at once, and so I kind of sorted through what I was going to keep and organized it a little bit better, just kind of in my brain so I would know how I was going to organize things later on. Once this shelf and drawer were dry, I put those back in the fridge and added everything back in, and then it was time to look at these beers. Ever since becoming parents, we really are not as fun as we used to be, and we definitely don't just like sit down and have a drink together as much as we used to. So a lot of these beers were expired, so you'll see that I actually don't add them back into the fridge, most of them. Some of them were okay. But then I also looked at the Twisted Tea box, and I didn't realize Twisted Tea is not even really supposed to be kept in the fridge. So I didn't put those back in either. They're on top of the fridge now. So anyways, I vacuumed out this whole bottom of the fridge because I didn't realize how much had collected under that drawer. It was so disgusting. So I vacuumed it out really good, and then I wiped everything down, and then I also wiped it down with a Clorox wipe just to kind of disinfect everything. Just a note, if you have a fridge that's similar to mine, I think most fridges do this, the glass part does come out of these shelves, so just be careful when you're lifting it out of the fridge that it doesn't fall out and break. The first thing I organized were the shelves in this side door. There were a lot of expired products in here and also so many duplicates, so I'm really excited that this new organization system will help me to see what we have so much easier and not buy so many duplicates, because things just kind of got lost in here and I was constantly buying things that we really didn't need more of. Like, we have a bajillion things of hot sauce because we make this buffalo chicken that uses Frank's red hot sauce, and I think we were just buying a new bottle every single time, but not using the whole thing. And so we have way too much hot sauce in our fridge right now, you'll see. We also have quite a bit of barbecue sauce, but I'm okay with that because my husband uses barbecue sauce with a lot of things as like a dipping sauce. And then they're also different flavors, and so I use that for different like chicken meals and things like that. So I kind of organized it by the condiment type sauces, and then I put like our maple syrup and things like that down below. After organizing everything and throwing away the expired products, we had this whole little door shelf free, so I decided to make this our little alcoholic beverage shelf because we really don't need it to take up an entire shelf in the fridge right now. Next, I pulled out all of these little fridge organizers that I had gotten from Ross. They really were not expensive at all, so if you're looking for some cheap organizers, they're even cheaper than the ones that you find on Amazon. So go to your local Ross if you need some organizers. But I started to just kind of put things into categories that made sense to me, and then you'll see I moved things around a lot as I kind of figured out what I had and what was going to fit in different places. Okay, this is what I mean about the hot sauce. Basically, this whole little container ended up being hot sauce except for the marinara sauce in the back. I found this little Lazy Susan tray at Target in the dollar spot, and it worked perfectly for putting our milk products up there, and they don't fall off or anything. I was worried about it not having sides to it, but they don't fall off, and it works really well to have things in the back and be able to just spin it around to find them. I started adding back in the clear organizers, and then I decided that this drawer was going to be for leftovers. I think that the leftovers are what add so much to the clutter in the fridge because they just don't look pretty, and it's just like hard when they're all spaced out throughout the fridge. So it's really nice to know we have this drawer of leftovers. So then anytime that we are having leftovers for dinner, or I just want something pre-made for lunch, I know I can just look through this drawer rather than searching through the whole fridge and finding stuff way in the back that's expired. I decided to keep our veggies down there next to the hot sauce, and then our fruit up there in the Tupperware containers. And then I just kind of have this little miscellaneous spot as well, because we definitely ended up needing just a miscellaneous section so that we can throw anything in there that we need to. And then after I had it all organized, a couple days later I went in and printed out some vinyl labels with my Cricut. So you'll see the food in here has kind of changed a little bit, but I went ahead and added in these labels, and you can buy these labels online if you don't have a Cricut, but it was nice to customize them to exactly what we needed for our fridge, and it's also nice to know that I can switch them out and print out something different if our organization changes in the future. I hope that this gave you some organization motivation, and we'll see you next time.